So I'm going to be speaking to some political parties who are nervously tracking and looking at that, board behind me with all of the numbers. In fact, let's look at what it says from a national perspective. At the moment, over 2 million total valid votes are counted, which essentially translates to 19.64 of the voting districts counted. I'm going to chat now to the Action Alliance Development Party, and here we have Mr. Mpho Seshoka. How are you feeling?
We are very excited as ACDP. We are looking forward to the final results of the elections, and we are very much excited to be here.
A few moments ago, I saw you chatting up to the ANC party saying that, it looks likely like a coalition government. What are your sentiments when you look at the board?
Look, when I look at the board as it stands, I think we're going to national government of a coalition. The ANC must be prepared to be in a coalition government. It's not like a winner takes all now. So the small parties and even the other big parties, they must be ready for negotiations with the small parties, and they should not even undermine the small parties that they can bully them over, that they will get what they want. So it's going to be a very tough discussion of the coalition government talks.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Seshoka. Let's look at, in fact, where the ACDP is standing currently. Well, they are there on the national leaderboard at, I think, at 801 votes counted so far. So let's see who else we can have a conversation with. I mean, I'm looking at the ACDP desk. It looks like a lot of members are here. Gentlemen, how are you, and how are you feeling today?
Well, we are well. The ACDP is always upbeat. The ACDP has always been expectant. It's still early days for us, and I think we are waiting for our powerhouses to actually come in and bolster our results. So it's going to come through in a short while.
Let's look at your board currently where you are sitting. Of course, we know that we are looking at the moment at, the national results. I can't see you on my eyes. There we go, 12,125. Do you think you're likely to improve?
Well, look, the ACDP is still at the moment up in the top 10. The ACDP has been a political party that has been in office from 1994 to date, one of the few political parties with a 30-year track record. That track record is not going to be broken. The ACDP will still be around for the next 30 years, Lord willing, as the elections proceed. So yes, indeed, I think that we have a core base. Our core base has always been there to undergird and support the ACDP, and we are thankful for that particular core base. And we are now just waiting for those extra votes to come in to show the electorate that the ACDP is indeed a party to contend with.
All right, let's see if we can speak to one more political party. I'm also looking at another desk that has a number of, people around it. And in fact, I'm looking at the African National Congress. Let's see if we can just interrupt this meeting that is currently happening. And there you have it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you? All right, let me try and see if we can speak to the ANC Deputy Secretary General, Nomvula Mokonyane. Ma'am, how are you feeling looking at that board?
Well, we remain optimistic. We've gone beyond what those who predicted the outcome for the ANC indicated, and yet we are far from 50% of the results.
It is early days indeed, but we're already getting a sense and an understanding, from the likes of the CSIR that you are looking at sitting at below 43%. What do you say about those predictions?
Well, as we have always said, any polling, including the one of the CSIR, we don't take them for granted, but it is public. The fact that as we're sitting here reflecting on the percentage votes that have been counted and completed, there's still a lot to come. We're quite happy that we contested elections, and we continue to contest in terms of the results. This is not at a static number, given the first votes were registered last night.
All right, thank you so much. Of course, that was the ANC. And we continue then to speak to a number of political parties, just to give them a voice in terms of how they are feeling this afternoon. Of course, it is early days. The numbers are trickling in. Every time you hear that bell ring, then we know, of course, that to expect the changes.